So here we are about to go out on a ride here. We're going to do the south loop around Calgary, which takes us north for a bit along the Bow River. Then we're going to go south along the Elbe River and around the reservoir, and then cross Fish Creek Park a little bit later on. So we're going to do all that today with my friend Andre here on a sunny day where there's a possibility we might have a thunderstorm. Who knows? Winds come up a little bit, but I think it should probably help us a little bit later on our way back. So here I am at the overpass at Glenmore and 24th Ogden Road in the southeast. And I often do a ride Calgary to Chestermere return. Chestermere is east of Calgary. This is the biggest hill on the whole ride. As a matter of fact, I think the segment on Strava is the biggest hill around. So this is the biggest hill out this part of Calgary. Because once you go east of Calgary, you're in the prairies and it's flat. So here we are along the side of the irrigation canal as we head north through Calgary with Andre. And a pretty strong north wind, but we're going to be traveling for the most part south to the far southwest in the city before we turn towards the east. And I'm hoping by the time we come back a little bit later on, this north wind will be switched out of the west and we might get a little bit of help from that wind coming through Fish Creek Park. So I'm going to continue about here another 3-4K, and then we're going to turn along the Bow River and then head south along the Elbe River. Watch the back wind. Now crossed over to the west side of the Bow River on the opposite side of Ogden Road, still heading north. We're going to travel up along the bike path here, get out of the wind a little bit. A little prettier view here too, as you can see, running along the river. We're going to go by the bird sanctuary up here in a few minutes before we start to head a little bit west and then down south along the Elbe River. So still traveling along the Bow River right here. Traveling west now towards downtown. You can see it right there. And this right here, where it branches off this way under that bridge, that's the Elbe River. And the Elbe River runs through the city and then out to the southwest, out past Bragg Creek, which is southwest of Calgary. We're going to travel along this river all the way down into the southwest of the city. We've got to get over there. They're doing a little construction in the area, so we're going to have to get on the road for a minute. We've had to take a bit of a detour from our regular ride because they're doing some construction. So this is the Scotiabank Saddledome, where the Calgary Flames, they play hockey here when they're playing hockey. Okay, so they're not playing hockey right now, but I thought I'd just go by here, show you what it looks like. We're going to go over by the Stampede Grounds as well, the Calgary Stampede. Never come through this way, so kind of picking my way around here to get across the Elbe River again. I think I'm going to have to turn around. I haven't been through here before. So we'll go back the other way. We'll get our way across. So found our way back. Here's the Elbe River. This is called Scotsman's Hill right here. Anytime politicians want to get a good shot of downtown Calgary, they do news conferences from up there. And if you're looking over towards the right over there, that's the Calgary Stampede Grounds right there. Through these trees. And unfortunately the Stampede canceled this year because of the coronavirus, which is a huge loss for the city of Calgary and the Alberta economy as well. It's just an incredible loss. So get up here and you can take a look across and see the Stampede Grounds. Right there. Continuing along the Elbe River here. This is right along Elbow Drive. We're going to cross over the river on that little pedestrian bridge right up there and continue our ride south the bit of a tailwind through Calgary right now. So here's the Elbe River and that little pedestrian bridge I was telling you about. You can see this beautiful bridge here. A few years back there was a bad flood here in southern Alberta. This used to be an old rickety wooden bridge. I mean, it was old wood. Got wiped out by the flood. And they put that nice new one in. Funny, but I miss that old bridge. If you've never been to Alberta before, it's a very dry place. Not a lot of lakes, not a lot of water. This is a mountain river. Comes right out of the Rocky Mountains. And when people want to get to the water, this is their beach in the summertime, right here. There's not a lot of beachfront property. We're gonna come across a beach not too far from here. I'll start rolling again. It's called Sandy Beach. Hardly any sand. All rock, or pretty much rocky. Could have called it Rocky Beach. I guess it was kind of an optimistic thing or wishful thinking when they called it Sandy Beach. So continuing along here, and I told you about Sandy Beach, and that's this place right here. And this is where people congregate in the summertime. Now the river is really high right now. I mean, it is really, really high. Generally, when you come through here in the summertime, when it's hot, it's ankle deep right here. So it is really, really high. So people are laying in the middle of the river where you can see like a little bit of rapids there, I guess you could say, ripples on the river. But you can usually walk across this and it doesn't get any deeper than your knees. But this is still the Elbe River. And you can see all the rocks there on Sandy Beach. All right, we'll continue along.
No sandy beach here.
No sandy beach here. Traveling south along the bike path, got a golf course over here, and over there is well, they're doing some work right now. We normally pass across that section, but it's closed. But the reservoir is right through here, and you can see there's the Elbe River we're traveling along, and the golf course is looking nice after all some rain we had here last week. So continuing south along the Elbe, pretty soon we're going to be at the reservoir, and then we'll head into southwest Calgary. So we're going to go over this pedestrian bridge, which takes us over Glenmore Trail, which is the main highway that runs through the city of Calgary, east and west. See it right here. We're gonna head right down there on the bike path to get over towards the reservoir. So here's the reservoir. I know it's pretty far out there, but the Rocky Mountains just out that way. There's actually a big paddle boat. I mean, you can see it over there. They take it out through the winter time, and it's not in right now. Whether it's going to go in or not, I don't know because of COVID-19. But this is the reservoir. We're doing the east side of the reservoir. I'll put the GPS from Ride with GPS and Strava underneath this in the description. And you can pick the west side of the reservoir as well, which takes you through North Glenmore Park, down through an area called Weasel Head Flats. Well, we're doing the east side today by the hospital right here. So we're going to shoot straight southwest from here and then cut back towards the east through Fish Creek Park. Coming up right now on Heritage Park, just off Heritage Drive in Calgary. And in here, there's a lot of heritage about Calgary, Western culture and whatnot. One of the areas in here, an amazing collection of gas pumps. It says Gasoline Alley right there in that building, if you can see that. Gas pumps, signage, vehicles, unbelievable collection in there. The guys on American Pickers would love to go and check that place out. But this is Heritage Park right in here. And right here is a continuation of the reservoir. This is the biggest body of water this side of the Rocky Mountains, and it's not all that big. Not a lot of water here in Alberta. There's Andre out in front. Been leading the whole day. It's overcast. It certainly has clouded over a little bit, and I put my arm warmers on because it's cooled down quite a bit coming through here. It's about 12 degrees now. When we started, it was about 15. So go this way. I should have led the way. We'll go this way then. So here we are in the southwest part of Calgary, still heading south, and on the bike path. And if you're doing this ride, we've had to do a couple of detours. Generally, you can stay on the bike path 99% of the time. So we're going to continue southwest, down towards the southwest, and up ahead, we're going to see some work they're doing down there to continue the ring road around the city, which is going to go up the west side of Calgary. Massive project that they're doing here just to make getting around the city a lot easier. You can see some of the project they're doing down here right now. All part of the huge ring road project. It's going to be beautiful when it opens, but it's going to be a couple of years before it's all done, and they've been going for about a year and a half already. And as we go down this hill, we're entering Fish Creek Park. Fish Creek Park runs through the bottom half of Calgary from the southwest over towards the southeast, just this side of Deerfoot Trail and the Elbe River. So it's a beautiful park, not too hilly, but you can do some mountain biking in here. It's a bit of elevation change, so if you're ever in Calgary and you want to get on your mountain bike, you can come down here, and there are some trails for mountain biking as well. Here we are. So this is all new. They put a lake in here. A year and a half ago, you could ride your bike right across this. It was a field. I think they started doing some work because of water drainage, and they've created a lake. So it's pretty nice. This is the second largest lake in Alberta right here. But no, honestly, this is amazing what they've done through here over the last 18 months or so. It's going to be nice when it's finally done. Back in southeast Calgary, back along the Elbe River, as we're heading north right now. So we're going back up towards where we started this ride. We're going to work our way up onto that ridge over there. There's a bike path that runs through there. And we're going to take a few roads to get back to our starting point. But at this point, 51K into the ride, it's going to be about 12-13K more to get home. I'm going to cross back over the river now, go up towards Douglasdale, Mackenzie Lake in the southeast part of Calgary. Got a little switchback pathway up here. Looks like they've been doing some work, torn up the side of that hill. Maybe driving vehicles up and down there for some work in this area, I don't know. outside to inside to outside, you know, cut off the apex, makes it easier to go down there. There we go. Traveling northbound right now along the Elbe River, approaching Deerfoot Trail. It's only about 5K out right now from being at home again, which will probably take us to about 64K on this ride today, which went from sunlight to being pretty overcast, a little bit of rain, just spitting, and back to sunshine again. All done. Finished up the ride for today, and we'll take a look at the tail of the tape here. Let me turn my camera around. Hope you can see that okay. 3 hours, 1 minute, 63.4K was the ride today with just 368 meters of climbing, maximum speed 49.4. So not a real strenuous ride today, but was a nice ride on the South Loop, east side of the reservoir. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Strava ride with GPS down in the description of this. So if you're ever in Calgary and you want to try a ride like this, it's a lot of fun, and you get to see a lot of the city at the same time because you see so much more when you're on a bike. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching Cycling on a Shoestring.